Chimaev versus DDP was not boring, it was a masterclass of a performance. I think people need to realize that it's called MMA, mixed martial arts. You know, it's a it's a showcase of a variety of disciplines, not just stand up. So everyone who watched this fight or was aware of this fight also knew the fact that in order for Chimaev to win, he was going to perform in such a manner. Now, I will happily admit and say I was wrong because I thought DDP was going to win because I thought the gas tank for Chimaev was going to be a problem. But I knew that if Chimaev was going to win, it was going to be like this. It was all about, can he sustain it? Can he perhaps get a submission? Obviously, he didn't get a submission finish, but it was absolute domination. Now, I don't describe myself as some super fan or someone with such insane knowledge on the sport and on UFC in general. You know, I did a live stream during this event, and I was commentating over it, and giving my impressions and reactions as the fight was unfolding. And despite my gap in knowledge and saying I'm a casual fan, I just don't see how people who like MMA in general cannot just aren't in awe of the skill and the ability that Chimaev put on display last it was Sunday for me, right? So last Sunday morning, it was absolutely magnificent. I'm going to put a graphic up in just a moment of the control time, and this really puts into perspective how dominating that fight was, or the performance was, and how lopsided it was, because it's absolutely staggering. Apologies for the quality and blurriness of this image, but look at this. 21 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, if we just remind ourselves, a 5 round fight is 25 minutes. This man was in control for 21, nearly 22 minutes of that fight. It is absolutely staggering. The most lopsided performance I can recall in a championship level, in a championship bout. And the fact that people will sit back and say, oh, you know, that was a terrible watch and that was horrible. Like, why can't people just put their ego away, put their, you know, whatever stick they've got up their ass away, and just absolutely admire the quality of the performance? I just don't understand it. Now, if I try and play the other side, I can understand the kind of adrenaline rush and the enthralling nature of stand up. When two guys are punching the hell out of each other and you're seeing blood flying and whatnot, of course it gets the adrenaline going and you're like so involved and you're so like into it. However, this MMA obviously is, as I said before, a mixture of disciplines. So if you really just want to see two guys punch, then just go watch more boxing or watch bare knuckle, because you're going to view fights in the UFC right now. There are many fighters and champions who are moving in this direction because their grappling and wrestling is so elite. And we have to remember, at the end of the day, these guys, all they want to do is win. They are there, yes, an element of it is entertainment, especially before the fight. But at the end of the day, when they get in the cage and that door shuts, they don't care about the fans. They're there to do their job, no matter what it is, because at the end of the day, it's their occupation, much like we all have our occupations. So yeah, I would encourage people to go back and watch that fight and actually look at the quality and skill of Hamzat Chimaev, and honestly watch it with an open mind, I would say, and not with such a hope and expectation of, you know, I want to see this happen, I want to see that happen. No, just watch fights with an open mind and just marvel at the skill of these incredible fighters.